what we have found out was Henry Cejudo is not going to be fighting Volkanovski, which is very unfortunate. But you got Korean Zombie. Which I talked about last week was I said I think the front runner, because Volkanovski was the only one that Volkanovski commented on, was, you know what, that makes sense.
Yep.
And every critic came out, every fighter that was trying to get at Volkanovski said, "Oh, he just wants the easy fight."
Not an easy fight.
It's not, John, but it kind of is stylistically for Volkanovski.
Stylistically, it matches up well for Volkanovski, but it's not an easy fight.
It's not an easy fight. No, it's definitely not an easy fight, but it does match up very well for him.
Yeah.
I think all aspects of this fight, he's got to be careful he don't get hit by Korean Zombie. That's what he's got to be careful. But the speed of Volk, the reach of Volk, the wrestling of Volk, the leg kicks of Volk, all of those things, because Korean Zombie just walks at you like a fucking zombie and just kind of keeps his hands here. And he's good. He's tough. He's got a great chin. He's a dog, but stylistically, I think he matches. This is the best fight for Volkanovski. You think they're doing him a favor by giving him this one? Like, hey, Max dropped off.
I look at it and say, they had a choice. I didn't think Yair was a real choice coming off of a loss. I'm sorry, even though he had a great, great showing against Max, but it's a loss. So that makes it to where, well, that's gone. Brian Ortega is obviously not, part of the equation right now. So you take a look at, it could have been Emmett. That would have kind of made sense. He's coming off of a win, coming off of his injury and stuff like that. Possibility, the wrestling wise, maybe, Volk looks at that and goes, why am I going to go with a guy that's got really good wrestling and power in his hands when I can go with a guy like Zombie, who's got decent wrestling, power in his hands, but he comes straight at me. So I know where he's going to be, and I know where I can take advantage of it. So I look at, if you're Volkanovski and you're the champ, your job is to say, that's the guy I want to fight. It's okay. He didn't pick his opponent. His opponent was Max. Max had to pull out. So he's got this list, and, I thought it was, I think Jason House, the manager for Zombie, was the first one on the thing saying, you need to fight the Korean Zombie. He said, yeah, that sounds good to me. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I would say we caught a lot of flack. Cause I actually more so probably me. Cause I was pitching a little bit for the Yair thing. Like, hey, I could see it happening. You said, no, it couldn't happen. But then everyone went and said, well, Corey Sandhagen got to fight for the title. Yeah, but that was the interim title.
Yeah.
He wasn't catapulted into fighting for the undisputed title. He was fighting Peter Yan for the interim belt.
Yeah.
And so that was two people that were basically coming off
losses.
Yeah, both coming off losses. Yeah. But both of them were ranked number 1 and number 2. So if your two best guys, whatever it is, they deserve to fight for that belt. Yeah. Number 1 and number 3, I think, is what Sandhagen's 3, because he lost to TJ. So when you're talking about that, like, it made sense. TJ was out. Well, Sandhagen and Peter Yan, it made sense for them to fight for the interim belt. They're not the actual undisputed title champ. So that's why this would be for the actual title to fight Volkanovski. So the Yair thing didn't make as much sense as I would like to have made it out to be.
That's all right.
100% agree.